So guys, let's continue our discussion on the previous year questions. So here I've taken a question from Robert Merton, and that question is related to reference group. So you can see here, this is what they have asked. How can we, use reference group concept of Merton to understand fashion in society? So what you need to do here, you need to first explain Robert Merton's reference group theory. Let's try to decode the question. And then you need to explain the types of reference group which is related to fashion. So we can talk about Bollywood celebrities and all. I'll come to that. And then you also mentioned these concepts like anticipatory, socialization, and the marginal man with fashion examples. Okay, so I hope you know that reference group is important. You need to also talk about the anticipatory socialization that you do, and then when you become that marginal man, when you cannot reach to that level, you need to discuss and also discuss the factors that make a group reference group according to Merton. Why we need to consider that group as a reference group for me? In which context I'll take let's say Bollywood celebrities as my fashion icons, right? Why I try to be like them and why I try to anticipate or go with anticipatory socialization, right? All those I need to mention, and then you also briefly have to mention dysfunctions of reference group, and then you need to conclude. So what all areas you need to cover here? You need to talk about reference group theory. You need to talk about the types of reference group. You need to mention about anticipatory socialization, and then you will have to mention the concept of marginal man, which is again very important, and then the determinants of reference group. What are these parameters that I consider this group as my reference group? And then you talk about fashion and society, and then dysfunctions, because anything that you talk about Merton, you also have to talk about the net balance, you talk about dysfunctions, you talk about alternatives, you talk about manifest latent, and all those areas need to be brought in. Merton, the word you see, these are the things that has to be there. When you see reference group, you have to talk about anticipatory socialization, marginal man, and all those, right? And then you conclude. So how can you, give an introduction? See, you can start by saying that Robert Merton developed this theory of reference group to explain how individuals evaluate their beliefs, their attitudes, and behavior by comparing themselves with a particular group. So I consider there is another group which is my reference group, right? And I try to I try to go for anticipatory socialization. I want to be part of them. That's what there is a group, like you want to become an IAS officer, right? Or IPS officer. So that's your reference group. So these groups, in fact, become the standard benchmark that actually influence your aspirations, your lifestyle choices, like that. So then you can talk about fashion, as that is actually asked in the question. So fashion is one such best illustration of this theory, where people, in fact, imitate the celebrities, want to have their hairstyle, the dress style, right? Influencers, social classes, or the peer group, because they aspire to gain that acceptance that those people get the same prestige, the sense of belonging, right? So fashion is not merely an individual preference, but it's actually a social phenomena, which is again shaped by reference group itself. So that's how you will set the context, and then you will write what is reference group theory. That anyway we have done in the class in detail. So you talk about reference group theory explains that individuals use certain groups as standard for evaluating themselves and guiding their behavior. So that particular group, that you set your standard based on them, and you try to evaluate your behavior, your style, and everything based on that. So it can influence your attitude, it can influence your belief, your lifestyle, your consumption pattern, your fashion choices, your dress style, your hairstyle, and everything. So fashion trends, in fact, usually emerge from various reference group. Which reference group? It could be celebrities, it could be social class, rich class, middle class, like that, right? And then peer group, it can be the social influencers, also social media influencers, and the professional groups, and youth subculture you can mention. So the individuals adopt these styles to express that kind of identity, so that you will gain some kind of social approval, you will get some kind of social satisfaction also, right? Now talk about the types of reference group. You have primary and secondary. I don't think that I need to explain that here. We have already done this. Quickly I will tell you. So primary means these are groups with whom individuals have direct interaction. What are they? Like your family, like your friends, your classmates, your peer group, your neighbors. So these group also influence everyday fashion, right? Because you have direct interaction, and you have you are getting direct recommendation. So that is a primary reference group. For example, a student, as a college student, I am adopting the dressing style of my friend or hairstyle of my friend, right? So that is the primary group with whom you have direct contact and you follow them. Or secondary reference group. So these are groups with whom individual don't have the direct contact, but still admire them, imitate them, see from a distance. That examples is what the film star, the celebrities, the fashion designers, the sports personalities like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, right, Cristiano Ronaldo, uh, and social media influencers. So again, these group also become standards for fashion, even without any personal interaction. You don't have any personal interaction. Like many young people imitate the clothing styles of Bollywood actors, right? Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, the muscles of Salman Khan. At one point, it was a big trend in India. And when this question was asked, I was writing the answer. I was talking about the reference of Salman Khan and how you want to have a body like. But now that body is not your choice, but at that time that body was your choice. Now it's more of a lean muscle, right? And similarly, dressing style also. So that's what you don't have direct interaction, but the secondary reference to. Now, what is anticipatory socialization? One of the major contribution of Merton is anticipatory socialization. So basically, it refers to the process through which individuals begin to adopt the norms, values, and behavior of a group that they aspire to join in the future. For example, you want to become an IAS officer, so you start adopting their norms, their values, etc. So you try to become one of them. You start adapting their values from now onwards during your preparation itself. And one positive is that it gives you motivation to reach there, right? That is a positive, but there are dysfunction. That's where I discussed marginal man. So here, when we talk about fashion become an important means of preparing for future membership, right? For example, the student entering a college, in fact, start with dressing according to college culture even before the admission itself. Similarly, we can talk about aspiring corporate employees. They adopt the formal dressing style before joining an organization. Or like you want to become an IAS officer and you start wearing suits or dressing style like that, and you are adopting their norms, values like that. Now comes the next topic that you need to mention, that is marginal man. So he also discussed the idea of marginal man when he discussed about anticipatory socialization. Marginal man, in fact, neither fully or he doesn't belong to any social group, right? See, he aspires to become one, and he already is in a group. But when you start imitating that, he's not reaching there, but at the same time he started from here also. So he neither belong to this group nor belong to that group. So he stands in between, and that's actually not a good scenario. And when it comes to this question in fashion, we can say these individuals, like marginal man, he struggle between traditional dress, modern dress, local culture, and the global culture. So he want to become modern. He started from tradition, but he can't reach there. Similarly, he want to go with the global culture, but he started from local, but have not yet reached there. So that like a first generation migrant, he trying to balance the traditional family expectation with the modern urban fashion. That's the concept of marginal man. Now, what are the factors that is determining a reference group? There are certain characteristics which actually make a group or an individual an attractive reference group, right? An individual become a reference group or a group become reference group. There are certain factors. It could be power and prestige. One, right? I can just mention all these. You can go through that in detail in your notes and all those. It is there. So like the groups which are possessing high status, the prestige, and they can influence very much. And you can consider them as your reference group. You want to become one of them, like IAS, IPS, the fashion designers. In this context, the fashion designers, luxury brands, and the celebrity models, they influence the global fashion trends in this context. Otherwise, you can write another examples also. Similarly, whether that group is open or closed in nature. See, exclusive or difficult to enter group, in fact, it is like more attractive because membership itself considered as symbolize a very great achievement, right? Because IAS, IPS, if you see, it's a very closed. Yes, in theory it is open, but if you want to reach there, the number of vacancies is also very less, and the competition is also very tight. So it's typically it is a very closed group. Actually, if you want to reach there, that much extreme effort is there. So that's a great achievement. Again, here in this context, you can say elite fashion clubs or exclusive designer communities. They become very much aspirational reference group. Third, you can say the presence of reference individual. So you see a successful and an admired individual within a group that actually increases its influence. That is another one. Another characteristics I could say social status and its aspiration, right? Now the question is, what are the relevance of reference group theory in understanding fashion in this context I'll talk about? In fact, reference group theory is explaining fashion because it shows that fashion is not merely about clothing, but it's also about how it is shaping your identity, your belonging, your prestige, your social comparison, your aspiration, your conformity, and all these are connected. So in fact, fashion trends that is actually spreading through your social interaction and imitation of the admired group also. So this theory basically explains why certain style become popular across societies, across individual, across groups also. Now you also briefly need to mention dysfunctions of reference group. I'll quickly discuss that, and you need to explain if it is so this is a 10 marker. You just need to tell that there is a pressure to conform. Individual may feel compelled to imitate a group norm even when they conflict the personal preferences. Secondly, group thinking. Excessive conformity may reduce creativity and independent thinking also. Thirdly, you can talk about rejection of non-conformist. See, people who do not follow dominant fashion trends may experience some kind of social exclusion and discrimination. Then you can also talk about reinforcement of social inequalities. The expensive fashion that is associated with some elite reference group may widen the class difference and status competition, and then that is actually restricting the personal growth. That's something which you can mention. So now let's conclude. See, what you can say is the reference, if it is a 20 marker, all this is required. If it is 10 marker, accordingly you need to adjust. So reference group theory in fact provide a very effective sociological explanation for understanding fashion as a socially constructed phenomena rather than merely an individual choice. Right. And you'll say Merton demonstrated that people select fashion by looking towards a group that they admire, and they aspire to join that, and they aspire to identify with them. So the concept of primary and secondary reference group, anticipatory socialization, marginal man, with all these concepts, this theory is basically explaining how fashion is reflecting various social aspirations, identity, the identity and the group membership also. But you also mentioned the limit, because in conclusion we are just summarizing. If it is a 20 marker, whatever you have written, you are summarizing, and you'll say, however, excessive dependence on reference group may also generate conformity, right, and then consumerism and social inequality. Therefore, fashion should be understood not only as a cultural expression but also as a reflection of broader process of social influence and socialization. So this is how you can conclude this answer, and that looks very good sociologically matured answer also. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. If you're looking for any classes of sociology test series, mentorship, you can get in touch with our team. I see you there. Thank you.